and then I was hired by the Monmouth County Prosecutor's Office in 2016, again as a detective.
Now, once you were hired at the Monmouth County Prosecutor's Office as a detective, can you tell us what units you worked in and in which order?
Sure. I was initially assigned to the Professional Responsibility Unit, which is an internal affairs type unit. Subsequently transferred to the Major Crimes Unit, where I spent approximately 2 years. And then I was transferred back to Professional Responsibility, and again back to Major Crimes recently.
Now, I want to draw your attention to November 20th, 2018.
Wait a minute. What was that face this woman's doing? I love that my ADHD focuses in on weird stuff in the background instead of what I'm supposed to be paying attention to.
Major Crimes recently.
Now, I want to...
Okay, pay attention to this woman's face, because what she does here is, I hope, like a spasm and not like that weird thing that is supposed to be sexy, like licking your lips, but it just looks really terrible.
Draw your attention to November 20th, 2018, approximately 12:55, 1 p.m. Do you recall that time?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Now, were you made aware of your need to go and respond somewhere?
Yes.
And where was that?
I was contacted by my sergeant at the time, Richard Chapman. He advised me, he asked if I would make my way to 15 Willowbrook in Colts Neck. He reported to me that the house was engulfed in flames and there was an apparent homicide victim on the front lawn.
Okay. And did you, in fact, respond there?
I did.
And did you confirm some of the information you provided by Sergeant Chapman?
Yes.
And I'm not going to get into too much of your on-scene observations. We've kind of heard some of that. But did you make observations of smoke and or fire at the scene?
Yes, I did.
Did you make observations of a body that was located in front of the house?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Now, were you involved upon arrival in like a briefing with other officers?
Yes, I was.
Okay, what's the purpose of that?
Just generally to understand where we were at in the investigation, what was known and what was unknown.
Now, shortly thereafter, once you got some information about what was going on, were you provided with some direction or were you asked to do something specific?
Yes.
And what was that?
Sergeant Chapman asked if I would exit the property, attempt to find any witnesses that could be pertinent to this investigation, and or any surveillance cameras that could assist us in determining what had transpired.
Okay, so did you ultimately exit the physical property of 15 Willowbrook?
I did.
And did you ultimately begin to see if there was anyone with information and or any surveillance cameras in the area?
Yes, I did.
Now, there's a house across the street from 15 Willowbrook, correct?
Correct.
Do you recall the address?
44 Willowbrook.
Okay. And did you attempt to make contact there?
Yes, I did.
And why was that?
I attempted to see if there's any surveillance footage that may have captured 15 Willowbrook, which was across the street.
Okay. And did you ultimately make any observations of any cameras that were affixed to the house?
Yes, there was a camera that was shooting out over the garage that would have captured across the street.
Okay. Now, did you...
Now, the defense really has no excuse for this, but basically we are going to see Paul's Porsche Pecan leave his neighborhood and drive back within the time period of, the red rums and the arson. Now, the defense is going to claim that, well, who's to say whose Porsche Macan that is? As who knows how many Porsche Pecans there are in the world? Yes, legitimately, this is their defense. Pray for the future of humanity.
Now, so you said it would have captured across the street. Did it capture any portion of 15 Willowbrook, the actual structure?
Yes. Limited view, but yes.
And when you say there's a limited view, what do you mean by that? Why is there a limited view?
If you look across the street, the 15 Willowbrook is obstructed by hedges and bushes and numerous trees.
Could you see Willowbrook Road clearly, though?
Yes, you can see the road clearly.
Now, were you able to determine whether or not the camera that you located on the front of 44 Willowbrook, if it was running continuously or if it was motion activated?
They were motion activated cameras.
Now, did you make contact with the homeowner?
Yes.
Do you recall his or her name?
Mrs. Malabana, I believe it was.
Now, did you know her
Kathy
previously?
Malabana? No, I did not.
Now, did you request anything from her to discuss the camera?
Yes, I requested if we could view the cameras to see what they captured, what they depicted.
I did not request her to give me her phone number, but she did give it to me. I told her that I will not do house calls.
Okay. Now, was she amenable to that? Did she agree?
Yes, she did.
Okay. And based upon the fact that you identified a camera, you identified someone who's willing to let you look at it, what, if anything, did you do?
I viewed the camera briefly to see what captured it. Once I made the determination that it may have captured some relevant information, I contacted our electronic surveillance unit, requested that they come out and obtain the footage from the surveillance system directly.
Okay. And did ultimately any detectives from your office, the electronic surveillance unit, did they come?
Yes, Detective Valenti, Detective Siderakis.
And did they ultimately secure the footage?
Yes, they did.
Okay. Now, we're getting through a little bit in a little while, but did you ultimately review footage from 44 Willowbrook?
Yes, I did.
And based upon observations you made at the scene that day and later, were you able to determine the accuracy of the footage from 44 Willowbrook?
Yes, it was.
Was it accurate?
It was.
Now, I want to direct your attention, because I should say this first. On November 20th, 2018, you went to the scene, correct?
Correct.
Did you speak with anyone outside the scene at different times during the day?
Yes.
People with information and the like?
Yes, there was a crowd that gathered out front due to the fire and the large amount of emergency personnel. I spoke to 4 or 5 individuals that were there.
And ultimately, you identified this surveillance footage on 44 Willowbrook?
Correct.
Now, at some point, you're going to leave for the night, correct?
Correct.
Now, did you continue efforts with respect to video surveillance identification on the next day, the 21st?
Yes.
Okay. And where did you go?
We responded to, Sergeant Chapman and I responded to 85 Willowbrook.
Now, did you look at all the houses in that vicinity?
Either I did or a member of the investigative team did.
And 85 was the next house you went to, because why?
Surveillance camera was observed outside of the residence, close to the road.
Did you make contact with anyone at 85 Willowbrook?
Yes.
And who was that?
The homeowner, one by the name of Debbie Mercantile.
Now, ultimately, were you able to, based upon the conversation with her, make arrangements to secure video from 85 Willowbrook?
Yes, she didn't know how to operate the camera, the surveillance system. She contacted her husband. He was spoken to. He agreed to let us duplicate whatever footage they had.
Okay, did someone ultimately do that?
Yes, I believe Detective Valenti responded to that location after I had left and obtained the surveillance footage.
Now, I'm just going to show you what's been marked as S262 for identification. Just going to show you S262 and ask if you recognize what that is.
Yes.
Okay, what is that?
This is an aerial photograph from Google Maps that depicts a majority of, well, not a majority, but a portion of Willowbrook Road.
Okay. Now, based upon what you see on 262, are you able, I'm not going to ask you to do it, but are you able to identify 15 Willowbrook?
Yes.
How about 44?
Yes.
And what about 85?
Yes.
Okay. Can I ask permission to put on this one? S265? No, just
Go ahead.
have the rear computer. Thank you. Yeah, do you recognize what's on the screen?
Yes.
And is that what we just looked at?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Now, you talked about being able to identify 15 Willowbrook Drive. Can you put a 15 over the property of 15 Willowbrook, somewhere in the area? Okay. And how about 44 Willowbrook? Those fours?
I was trying to figure out what that's worked out.
How about 85? Okay. All right. Can we capture that, please?
262.1.
He says I laugh a lot for watching trials, and I was like, I make things fun. I really do like this technology and the way that they do a screen
during the
capture.
course of your investigation into this incident, is it fair to say that, you had been tasked with trying to assist with identifying video, but then also reviewing certain video that was obtained by others?
That's correct.
Now, we talked about video from 85 Willowbrook, we talked about video from 44 Willowbrook. Was there any other video that you identified and/or reviewed from any other towns or locations?
Yes.
And where was that from?
Ocean Township, specifically Tilton Drive.
And what was the significance of Ocean Township in this investigation?
Prior to our response to 15 Willowbrook, the Monmouth County Prosecutor's Office had responded to Ocean Township, Tilton Drive specifically, earlier in that morning on the report of a fire. At some point, it was discovered that the decedent on Willowbrook, Keith Canaro, was the brother of the homeowner at 27 Tilton, Paul Canaro. So at that point, we were trying to see if in any way the two fires were connected.
Now,
Yes, legitimately, the defense still claims that their client, they didn't send their client for intelligence testing or cognitive testing, because we are going to see Paul's car not only close to his house, but close to Keith's house. So, yeah. The Farrells are being asked to clean the kitchen.
Ultimately, after a significant review of video footage, did you draft the report?
Yes.
And in that report, did you kind of come up with like a timeline, so to speak?
Yes.
In that report, did you document the first video that you documented was from where?
27 Tilton.
Okay. Now, 27 Tilton is whose home?
That's Paul Canaro's home.
Now, was that 27 Tilton video, was that specifically part of your video review?
No, it wasn't.
Okay. Now, did someone review that?
Yes.
And who was that?
Captain Weisbrot.
Now, what was Captain Weisbrot, or then detective, and now Captain Weisbrot's role in the investigation at 27 Tilton?
Captain Weisbrot was assigned as the lead detective at the Ocean Township scene.
I'm not going to ask you about that video because we'll ask him about it, but have you reviewed it?
Yes, I have.
And is it included as part of your timeline in your report for those purposes?
Yes.
Now, was there other video from Tilton Drive that you ultimately reviewed?
Yes.
And what was the time frame of the video obtained?
The early morning hours of November 20th, 2018.
Now, I'm going to draw your attention to footage from residents at 30 Tilton Drive. Did you review any footage from there?
Yes, I did.
Okay. How many cameras were located there?
There's 2 cameras located at 30 Tilton.
And do you remember how they're labeled?
Yeah, camera 7 and camera 5.
Now, starting with camera 7, are you able to tell us the vantage point from that camera?
Yes. Camera 7 is situated on the house, pointed in easterly direction, down Tilton towards the direction of Paul Canaro's residence, 27 Tilton.
So that camera, I think you said, is generally facing in an eastward direction?
Correct.
Maybe a little northeast?
Correct.
Now, I just want to show you what's been marked as S261, the identification.
Yes.
Okay, do you recognize that?
Yes, I do.
And what is that?
This is a Google Maps aerial photograph which depicts Tilton Drive.
Okay. Now, is there a specific residence that's also depicted on
Yes.
that document?
Sorry, there's a picture of the front of 30 Tilton as well.
Okay. Now, does this, based upon your involvement in this investigation, does this fairly and accurately capture Tilton Drive and some surrounding area?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Just going to ask the public 261.
You can.
Now, Detective, is that what we just looked at?
Yes, it is.
Detective, can you just do the undo
Sorry.
of your really good-looking 85 and 44, please?
Right.
Yeah. Now, there's a marking that's on that map, correct?
Yes.
And what does that marking represent?
That's 30 Tilton.
Okay. Now, is that the house that we just described with 2 cameras?
Yes, it is.
Number 5 and number 7?
Yes.
Now, are you able to identify where, if at all, 27 Tilton is on that map?
Yes, I can.
Can you write 27? Can you see the driveway for 27 Tilton on to the north of where you wrote that?
Yes.
Can you put a little X at the driveway? Okay, thank you. Now, we'll get there in a minute, but is there also a video that you reviewed from Tilton Drive, in the area of Tilton Drive during your review? Is there a second location? You have 30 Tilton?
Yes.
Is there another house with a camera?
Yes.
Which, do you remember the address?
308 Green Grove?
Okay, and can you see that house on the map?
Yes, I can.
Could you put a little square around it? And you said the address is what street?
308 Green Grove?
Okay. And is any portion of that home on Tilton Drive?
The driveway.
Legitimately, Paul Canaro did a Chandler Halderson minus the, side piece having, his location tracked on Snapchat. We're basically going to see as Hank Hill would say, graphic evidence of Paul going towards his brother's house, then being seen near his car, a white Porsche Macan, going towards the house and back from Keith's house in the time that the alleged murders happened.
Faces Stone Drive. The front door is on Green Grove.
Could you just put like a Y at the front of the driveway? If we could capture that, thank you.
261.1.
Sergeant Mahoney, I'm going to show you what to mark as S-263 for identification. Do you recognize what that is?
Yes.
And what is it?
This is a video DVD surveillance cameras that were placed into evidence that depicts 30 Tilton 308 Green Grove. And some others.
And have you reviewed all the footage from 30 Tilton and 308 Green Grove during the course of your review?
Yes.
Any furtherance of developing a timeline and identifying certain things?
Yes.
I want to go to the video that's contained on S-263. A would be 30 Tilton camera 7. You want to do that? Now, Sergeant Mahoney, do you recognize what's on the screen right now?
Yes, this is a 30 Tilton camera 7, channel 7, I believe.
Okay. And the video that's contained on this clip, have you reviewed it?
Yes.
You reviewed it multiple times? Yes. Okay. Now, if I could, Judge, I would like to first play this clip fully through.
Hold on for 1 second, please.
Sure.
Is this 263 if we're looking at the exhibit list A?
Yes, sir, I'm sorry.
Okay, I just want to make sure we're on the same page.
Yeah. Camera 7, 30 Tilton Drive.
Okay. Any objection, counsel?
To playing the video all the way through? No, Judge.
Okay.
I have no objections.
All right, thank you. Go ahead.
Now, I'm going to ask you to go to approximately 207. Actually, before we do that, can I just ask you a couple questions about what you see on that video in front of you?
Sure.
There's an area with a light there, correct?
Correct.
And what's around that light?
There's 3 pillars fixed to the home. Next to the pillars, there appears to be a large, it's a large bush. That light that you're seeing on the top left center of the screen is a floodlight, and you can see bushes in the foreground.
Now, based upon your review of this video, did you determine an approximate location of where 27 Tilton would be located in this video?
Yes.
Can you see the actual home?
No.
Okay. Now, could you explain where 27 Tilton would be in relation to what we see on the screen?
If you take a look at the aerial map in conjunction with this video, the driveway of 27 Tilton would be in between the floodlight that you're seeing, just beneath it, and that bush would obscure a majority of the driveway, but there's an area in between where you can see, which would depict 27 Tilton.
And when you review this video, and/or when we just reviewed this video, did you see anything in that area?
Yes.
Okay, and what did you see?
There's a flickering of lights in that area that I just described.
Okay. Now, if I could go to 20723 approximately. Slow it down 1 notch. And I'm just going to, once we run it now, if you could just explain what it is you see.
In the area I just described, you're seeing a flicker of light several times.
Okay. You pause it? What do we see now, Detective?
You see headlights.
You can keep going. And what is the direction of travel of that vehicle?
That is heading westbound on Tilton Drive in the direction of the cameras on 3rd Tilton.
Did the vehicle just leave the footage?
Yes.
Is that approximately 20744?
Correct.
Now, that vehicle, is there an intersection that that vehicle would be approaching based upon your review of that camera right there?
Yeah, if we just go back to the aerial map that we saw, there's an intersection with Green Grove Road and Tilton Drive. There's a stop sign on that.
I'm going to ask to put up S263B. Now, I'm going to pause it. Can I ask you what the time is here?
2:07:31 a.m.
And just general layout of what this camera is showing. Can you explain that?
This is pointing in the opposite direction of channel 7. This is channel 5. It's facing westbound on Tilton towards Green Grove Road.
I want to play the entirety of this clip now at normal speed. Now, I'm going to ask you to run.
So, Paul and Keith's security systems were conveniently not working around this time. Whoever did this failed to take into account that other people's security systems might not be affected.
And again, and I may pause it at a certain time. Can you pause it, please? Did you see anything on the footage at that point in time?
Yes.
And what's that?
There's a pickup truck parked in the driveway, and there is a reflection of lights coming at the pickup truck.
Now, based upon your review of this video, the two cameras from 30 Tilton, is there a degree of overlap?
Yes, there is.
Okay. They just show the same thing from different angles?
Correct.
You continue to play. Can you pause it? Can you back it up? Just back up a couple seconds. Can we back it up till the car's out of the frame? And then slow it down 1 minute. You can play. There you go. Okay. Detective, based upon your review and what's on the screen in front of you, did you make any observations of that vehicle?
Yes.
And what was that?
I noted the vehicle's taillights.
Can we please circle it on the, or put a square around the taillights? Can we preserve that, please?
263B.1.
Detective, you can undo that now. Now, I'm just going to ask you to continue to run it. Can you tell us what time the vehicle, or what, right there. Can you pause it? Sorry. Now, right there, we're at 2:07:53 a.m., correct?
Correct.
And where is that vehicle right now based upon your review?
It's at the intersection of Tilton and Green Grove.
And is that about the time the clip ends?
Yes.
And what is the time again?
It's 2:07:53 a.m.
Now, given the degree of overlap, is it clear that that's the same vehicle that passes 30 Tilton through both cameras?
Yes, same vehicle on 7 and 5. Yes.
Now, you talked about another home in that area with surveillance, correct?
Yes.
And that was what address again?
308 Green Grove Road.
How many cameras were located on 308 Green Grove?
There's 2 cameras.
And can you tell us what they each showed generally?
Yes, one of the cameras is located over the garage, shooting down a driveway, which captures a portion of Tilton and Green Grove, the intersection. The other camera is located on the front of the home, pointing in a northward direction down Green Grove Road.
Okay. Now, I want to first direct your attention to 308 Green Grove, camera 3. Can I have S263C? Now, just before we begin to run that, can you tell us what time is depicted at the beginning of that clip?
2:07:37 a.m.
Now, I'm going to run it through once if we can.
Holy rolling stop, Batman. Not that I'm not guilty of a rolling stop or two, but that was not a stop at all.
That clip ended at approximately 2:08:01.
Right.
And now, that last clip from 30 Tilton, do you recall what time that ended?
2:07:53 a.m.
And this begins at what time?
2:07:37 a.m.
So is there a degree of overlap between these two cameras?
Yes.
Okay. Based upon that, did you determine whether or not it was the same vehicle or a different vehicle?
Yes, based upon that, the vehicle passing 30 Tilton is the same vehicle that's captured at 308 Green Grove.
Now, I want to play that video again. I'm going to pause it at a certain point. Can you back up just a notch? Okay. Now, the video is paused at 2:07:50, correct?
Correct.
Now, as the video is paused here, what does the camera depict?
It captures a clear side profile of the entire vehicle.
And based upon the pausing, you can now see certain features of the vehicle. Is that accurate?
Yes.
Now, just want to direct the mouse to a certain portion of this vehicle. Directing the mouse to the lower portion of that vehicle. Do you see that?
Yes.
What is it that you see there?
There's a darker area that goes across most of the bottom of the vehicle, in the area of the front and rear driver's side doors of the vehicle.
Now, just if I was to take the mouse again quickly and direct the mouse to the top of the vehicle. Can you explain anything what you saw there?
Yes, there's a certain curvature across the top of the vehicle from the front to the back.
Can you run that? Please. I'm just going to pause it right now. What do you see here?
The vehicle's taillights.
Can you put a little square around that? Now, to be clear, where is the vehicle located at 2:07:53?
It's at the stop sign at Tilton and Green Grove.
Now, you said 308 Green Grove. You can, I think. Did we catch that? I'm sorry.
No, 263.1, 263C.1, please.
Thank you. Okay. I was going to ask you, you indicated there's another camera on 308 Green Grove?
Yes.
That's camera one.
Channel 4, I believe.
Now, does that depict the part of Green Grove Road?
Yes.
Can I have S263D, please? Now, before we run it at all, can you tell us what time is depicted on that camera?
2:07:45 a.m.
Now, I'm going to play the video once through, okay? I would just like to slow it down one notch. And we can play it. I'm going to ask you to pause at a certain point. Was it 02:07:50, please? Just to be clear, we're paused at 02:07:52. Where's the vehicle?
The vehicle's approaching the stop sign at Tilton and Green Grove.
Okay. I'm going to keep running. I'm going to pause at approximately 02:07:54. What do you see there, Detective?
I see the vehicle's taillights turning onto Green Grove Road.
Could you put a square around that, please, the taillights? Reserve that, please.
263D.1.
Now, Detective, based upon your review of the two cameras from 30 Tilton and the two cameras from 308 Green Grove, was there a degree of time overlap?
Yes.
And based upon that, were you able to determine anything?
Yes, it's the same vehicle.
So that vehicle that we see at 2:07:55 a.m. on camera 4 of 308 Green Grove Road, what direction is it about to head?
I believe it's northbound on Green Grove.
You can undo that. You undo that.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. Now, from a timeline perspective, did you then take a look at any cameras back in a different town?
Yes,
Where was that?
back in Willowbrook.
Now, if I could I have
Now, Willowbrook is going to be over by Keith's house, so the house where the red rums happened and the full-blown arson.
263E? Now, just before we play this, can you indicate what we see on the screen?
This is the surveillance camera from 85 Willowbrook.
Now, this is video that you mentioned reviewing, at least briefly, on the 20th, November 20th, 2018?
21st, I believe.
21st, sorry.
Yes.
It was secured by another detective.
Yes, Detective Scott Long.
Did you watch this and other video many times during the course of your investigation?
Yes, I did.
Now, can you tell us what time is depicted on the screen right now?
Yes, it's November 20th, 2018 at 2:23:51 a.m.
Going to first play this in its entirety. As far as the positioning of this camera, I think you talked about it earlier, but can you tell us where this camera is actually positioned?
Yeah, this camera's on a gate attached to the driveway. That's about roughly 15 yards of driveway. Then there's a gate, and then there'd be a longer driveway beyond the gate. This camera is on the west side of the driveway, trained out on the road in a slightly, on the east side, faced in a slightly western view.
Okay, and was there a vehicle that we just watched on that footage?
Yes,
And what direction is that vehicle traveling?
it is heading westbound.
Now, can we just slow down one notch and then play it? I'm going to ask you to pause it at 2:23:57. Again, just to be clear, the direction of travel there?
It's westbound towards, which would be Route 34.
Now, can we go back just a couple seconds? I'm going to ask you to pause it at 2:23:58. Do you make any observations there, Detective?
Yes,
And what was that?
I can see the vehicle's taillights.
Can you put a square around that? You can let that play through.
Can we mark that as 263E.1? Can we undo the box, please?
Yes.
Now, can I just direct? Let's try that. You talked about 44 Willowbrook Road previously, correct?
Yes.
Now, the vehicle, as we just discussed, is heading westbound. Is that generally in the direction of 44 Willowbrook?
Yes.
Now, you obtained footage from 44 Willowbrook?
Yes.
Now, if I could just first, can I have S263F on the screen, please? Now, just to be clear, what do we see here?
This is video surveillance, a still image from 44 Willowbrook, dated 11/20/2018, 12/32/12.
Okay. And again, did you determine that that time was accurate?
Yes.
Now, right over here is the turnoff into Keith's house. So this is why they picked the security here, because you can clearly see that vehicle going into the driveway toward Keith's house.
Does that fairly and accurately depict, the viewpoint from 44 Willowbrook looking out towards the street and towards 15 Willowbrook?
Yes, it does.
Could I have 263G, please? Now, before we play it, what do you see on the screen right now?
This is a nighttime view of that same camera that we just observed during daylight hours. This camera, this view is timestamped 11/20/2018 at 2:27:35.
That I am?
Yes, AM.
Could we just play it through once, please? Could we just slow it down one notch? And just pause at 2:27, 41 bucks. Detective, what do we see now?
The vehicle has entered the screen.
You can keep going, please. I should pause at approximately 47 seconds. Do you see anything in that video?
Yes.
What do you see?
The vehicle's taillights.
Can you put a square on it? Can we capture it, please?
263 G.1.
Now, Detective, before we go any further, I just want to ask you a couple questions because I want to discuss the accuracy of the times on the footage at 44 Willowbrook in comparison to 85 Willowbrook, okay?
Yes.
Now, can you tell us approximately how far 85 Willowbrook and 44 Willowbrook are apart?
About a half a mile, approximately.
Now, did you, I think you've already said it, but did you review videos from these locations before and after the relevant times that we've discussed thus far?
Yes.
Now, with respect to other vehicles in those timeframes, let's say 10 minutes before, 10 minutes after, did you identify any other vehicles in those timeframes?
No.
On your camera?
No.
Now, you said previously that vehicle passed 85 Willowbrook at approximately 2:23:57,
Correct.
and a vehicle then passes 44 Willowbrook at 2:27:41. Is that accurate?
Yes.
And that's based upon what we just saw here, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And the difference between the times that you calculated is what?
3
Approximately.
minutes and approximately 3 minutes and 44 seconds.
Now, if you know, what's the approximate drive time?
Approximate 40 to 45 seconds, depending on the speed of travel, but 40 miles an hour would be approximately 40 seconds or so.
So again, when we just watched footage from 85 Willowbrook, it was approximately 2:23 and change, correct?
Correct.
But now we're down the street at 2:27, right?
Correct.
Now, based upon the drive time and the distance, were you able to confirm the discrepancy of one of those cameras?
Yes.
Which one is that?
It would have been 85 Willowbrook within 3 minutes slow.
Okay, so 85 Willowbrook, the one we watched just previously?
Correct.
Is 3 minutes late.
Slow.
So 2:26 would be what time?
I'm sorry, 220.
If 85 Willowbrook said 2:23, what would the time be?
It would be 226:57.
Now, having just watched this video from 44 Willowbrook, did you identify another clip from this camera that happened about an hour and 20 minutes later? And have you reviewed that video
Yes.
once or more than once?
Many times during the course of this investigation.
Could I have S263H, please? Could you undo that, Detective, before we...
An hour and 20 minutes to do all that destruction. For money. Allegedly.
Can I play it through once, please? Just going back to the beginning. What time is depicted on that camera?
So November 20th, 2018 at 3:48:03 a.m.
Can we slow it down one notch? I'm going to ask you to play it. Pause at approximately 3:48:18.
You know, everybody upgraded their security system after this happened. All the rich people who thought they had a really good security system looked at their footage and they're like, we need the ultra platinum double, I don't know, infrared.
come back with just a couple notches. You see anything on that video, Detective?
Yes.
What do you see?
Vehicle's taillights.
Could you possibly put a box around them again? Could we also preserve that?
263 H.1.
Now, if we could just run that through, I'm going to ask you what time the video clip ends.
We stopped at 3:48. 22.
Can you undo that? Now, can I have 263I, please? Please, come back. Pause it. Now, just to be clear, Detective, what are we looking at here?
This is 85 Willowbrook that we just viewed previously at a different time. The time depicted now is 3:45, 46 a.m.
Okay, now based upon what we discussed a few moments ago regarding the time, can you tell us about...
No, Tammy Fayette, what we're looking at is basically the Porsche Macan being tracked on other Ring doorbell or Ring or security systems, not only leaving Paul's neighborhood, but entering Keith's driveway around the time that the power was shut off at Keith's house. Not only that, but then we have the same car leaving Keith's house about an hour and 30 minutes later, and we're going to be able to track that car by Ring cameras back to Paul's house prior to when the fire coincidentally started at Paul's house.
Approximately based upon your investigation and observations, what time would be correct on the screen right now?
If you would advance it 3 minutes, it would be 3:48, 46.
Now, can we play that through once, please? Can you slow that down one notch? I'm going to play it again.
Yeah, or if you're gonna crime, don't do it, Brian Koberger, in the only white Hyundai that's, in the locality. Don't do it, Paul Carino, in your Porsche, Pecan that no one else cares to lease. Again, Ford Focus. Say it with me. Ford Focus. You get the most ubiquitous car on the planet in the beigest beige, or if you're doing things at night, navy. Wait, why am I telling you guys that I've thought this through? Never mind. As we were.
Move that back a couple notches. Try it again. Now, Detective, what's the direction of travel of that vehicle at this time?
It's traveling eastbound on Willowbrook.
Okay. You can finish that. And just to be clear,
we haven't gotten to the car yet. I do know that there was evidence found in the car, but I can't recall from opening statement what all was found in the car. There was blood on clothing that was semi-burned in Paul's house, very close to where it appears a deliberate fire was started in his home to destroy evidence.
regarding the video that you just testified to on Willowbrook. You note that a vehicle passes 85 Willowbrook at approximately 2:27:57 and arrives at 44 Willowbrook at approximately 2:27:41. Is that accurate?
Yes.
And then that vehicle later, or a vehicle later, leaves or passes through 44 Willowbrook at 3:48:16, correct?
Correct.
And arrives at 85 Willowbrook at about 3:45:56?
348.56.
3:48:56, sorry. Now, I want to take you back to Ocean Township, okay?
Yeah.
Can I have 263J? Detective, can you just acquaint us with what we're looking at here again?
This is 308 Green Grove Road. Once again, this is the Lewis Channel 4, which is looking out facing northbound down Green Grove Road.
Okay. Can we play that once through? Clip ends at about 4:08:29. Does that sound right?
Sorry?
The clip ends at about 4:08:29. Is that accurate?
Yes, that's accurate.
Okay. Now, just play it through once again. I may pause it once or twice quickly. Keep it running. But what do we see here, Detective?
See a vehicle approaching, driving down Green Grove Road southbound, approaching the intersection at Tilton Drive.
And what does the vehicle do?
Vehicle makes a left-hand turn onto Tilton Drive.
Now, again, I think you said earlier, there's another camera at 308 Green Grove, correct?
Correct.
Can I have S263K, please? Yeah, I'm going to play that through once, okay? Now, can we just slow that down one notch? We're going to play that again. As we're watching it, we see a vehicle on Green Grove,
Yes.
and the vehicle goes where?
It's approaching Tilton Drive and makes a left-hand turn onto Tilton Drive.
Pause at 28, please, approximately. Now, I'm paused at 4:08:28 a.m., correct?
Correct.
Okay. Now, are you able to describe the color of the vehicle?
It's a light-colored vehicle.
And as far as the color in the vehicle, is there any differences?
Yes. The majority of the vehicle is light-colored. But along the bottom, again, the two passenger side doors this time, there's an area of dark coloring from the rear passenger door up through the front passenger.
Okay. And did you make any observations of the shape or anything of the vehicle?
Yes.
And what's that?
There's a curvature from the front to the back.
Now, that dark area along the bottom of the front and rear passenger side door,
Yes.
was that a distinguishing feature that you discussed earlier along that same area of the vehicle at approximately 2:07:50?
Yes.
And the curvature, was that similar?
Yes.
Can you go back just a couple seconds? I'm gonna pause. Okay, we're starting at 4:08:27. Pause at 4:08:29, please. What do you see, Detective?
Taillights of the vehicle.
Can you put a square on that?
.263K.1.
Thank you, Judge. Do we present it? Just going to show you what's been marked as S264. Do you recognize them?
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, and what is that?
This is two separate photographs. The top photograph is timestamped November 20th, 2018, 2:07:50 a.m. That's the still photograph we observed earlier during my testimony regarding a vehicle heading westbound on Tilton Drive.
I was going to say, what's depicted in the bottom of the photograph?
The bottom is a photograph taken at our storage yard of a Porsche Macan that belongs to Paul Pinero.
Now, this is a two-page
Excuse me
document?
for a second.
Sorry.
We're just going to have to take a technical break right now. We're having an issue with our printer. Let's do our mid-afternoon break right now, if you don't mind, everybody. We'll be in for 15 minutes. You can do that a little slower, don't you think? Just give us a little help. Just kidding. Yeah.
Oh. Oh, I thought they were getting ready to do something. They might be at a sidebar.
But we just didn't want to slow down the process. We put them on boots, and we're going to. So just so that you're aware, we had an issue with the printer. So what we're going to do now is we may, if I say point 1, point 2 to next to an exhibit, we're going to print it. You're just not going to print it here. We're going to print it in my chambers, and then we'll bring it back out. We'll have it marked for you later if it gets moved into evidence. But we just didn't want to slow down the process. We're putting in a new printer right now. Okay. That being said, prosecutor, when you're ready. And we've saved the last 4 that did have some issues, and they're going to be printed, and we'll make sure all counsel see it. If there's any issues, you guys can let me know.
Sure, I'm sorry if I
Sure.
broke the printer.
No, you're good.
Now, Detective, we were just talking about S-264, and you discussed page 1, correct?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to draw your attention to the second page of that document.
Sure.
Can you tell us what's depicted on there?
Yes, 2 separate photographs, top and bottom. The top picture is dated, stamped November 20, 2018, 4:08:28 a.m. It's a still photograph from the surveillance footage that we just viewed. The bottom photograph is a picture of a Porsche Macan that was taken from Paul Canero's home, 27 Tilton Drive. It's stored in our facility in the Montana Prosecutor's Office.
Sir. Yes.
Just going to ask if I could go to S1A, slide 173, please. Do you recognize that, Sergeant Mahoney?
Yes.
Okay, is that consistent with the photograph that we just discussed up there in S-264?
Yes, it is.
Ridiculous.
Okay, again, just
Oh, no,
during that scene,
sir.
can you just explain what's depicted?
Sir, we are naming and shaming. Where is the remote? Because this is ridiculous. You should not be laying down like a newborn. Stop. The printer doesn't love you. We've had this conversation. This is non-consensual. The printer says no. You're never going to be allowed in Kinko's.
On that?
Yes, it's a top photograph, which is a still photograph taken from the surveillance footage that we just viewed, dated 11/20/2018 at 2:07:50 a.m., which depicts the vehicle that we discussed earlier. The bottom photograph is a photograph of a Porsche Macan, a white Porsche Macan that belongs to Paul Canero that was taken from his home, 27 Tilton, and it's stored in our storage facility at the Montana Prosecutor's Office.
Okay, so the bottom photo was taken in a facility belonging to the County of Monmouth?
Correct.
Can I have slide 174, please? Do you recognize that?
Yes.
What's that again?
So the top photograph is a still photograph from the surveillance footage that we just viewed. It's stamped 11/20/2018 at 4:08:28 a.m. And the bottom photograph is it depicts the passenger side of the same Porsche Macan that was taken from 27 Tilton Drive, which belonged to Paul Canero.
Let's just briefly have S1A, slide 19, please. Do you recognize that photo?
Yes.
What's that, Sheriff?
That shows a photograph of the rear of the white Porsche Macan that was parked at 27 Tilton on the day of November 20th, 2018, when the Montana Prosecutor's Office was on scene.
Now, lastly, we were talking about cameras at 308 Green Grove, correct?
Correct.
Now, I want to next go to 263L. If I could. Can you just, what time is depicted on that camera right now?
So November 20th, 2018 at 4:08:13 a.m.
You're the baby.
Now, can we just play that once again, please? Can we just play that through, and then I'm just going to ask you to pause it at 4:08:28? Detective, can you just for the record, can you indicate the time?
It's 4:08:28 a.m.
Just want to show you again what's been marked as S-264 for verification. We just talked about this document, correct?
Yes.
And this is the second page of S-264?
Yes.
And the time on the top of that picture is what?
4:08:28.
Is that the same time here?
Correct.
Okay. And this vehicle right here in S264, where is this car?
It's in front of 308 Green Groves driveway on Tilton Drive.
Okay, it is heading towards what house?
27 Tilton Drive, or 30 Tilton first.
Now 30 Tilton's on the screen right now?
Correct.
Okay, so 40828 on S263L, does that appear to be the same vehicle?
Yes.
We can run that. It ended about 40834, is that accurate?
Yes.
I want to go to 263M, please. Do you recognize what's depicted on the screen right now?
Yeah, this is 30 Tilton Drive surveillance camera channel number 7. The date and time on this one is 11/20/2018 at 4:08:30 a.m.
Can we just play that first through?
I know what you mean. Pretty much.
Slow that down one notch. We're going to play it again. Pause it at 40.
Paul, was there any
What do you see there,
evidence?
Detective?
I see rear tail lights of the vehicle. It appears the brake lights are activated.
Just go back a little bit to 36. I'm paused at 4:37.
Yes.
What do you see there?
The vehicle.
Can you just put a box around it, please? Okay. Can you capture that?
263M.1.
Just want to make sure we capture it before we undo it. We okay?
It's printed in the chambers.
Now, just going to keep playing. I'm going to ask you to tell me to pause it if you see anything of significance based upon your review.
Pause.
Now, if we just go back like a second before we play it, can you just tell me why you said to pause it there?
There's a flicker of light that can be seen around the 4:08:57 mark.
Okay. Can we play that again? Can we just go back just to be clear? Just gonna pause it at 4:08:54. I'm gonna play it again once we can off. You said it earlier, but based upon your testimony earlier and your review of this video, the area where we saw the flickering of lights is consistent with what?
It's consistent with the video that we watched earlier at the 2:08 hour that showed a flickering of light.
Thank you. Now, for purposes of your investigation, was there a point in time when you attempted to estimate the drive time between 27 Tilton and Willowbrook Drive in
Yeah.
Colts Neck?
Yes.
And how'd you do that?
First, I put directions into Google Maps to see what the approximate drive time would be.
Okay, and what was the approximate drive time?
There's several different routes you could take, but Google Maps indicated anywhere between 18 to 23 minutes drive time.
Okay, and did you drive it yourself?
I did.
Where did you start and where did you finish?
I started at 15 Willowbrook and I finished at 27 Tilton.
And approximately, how much time did it take?
Approximately 19 minutes, excuse me.
Did you document that?
Yes, I did.
Your Honor, I have no further questions.
Okay. Cross?
Detective, good afternoon.
Counselor, good afternoon.
So let's just start here.
Now, I've heard that this is phenomenally stupid, so let's at least hear some phenomenal stupidness. But allegedly, according to the comments, this might be the dumbest cross yet. We're not going to watch the whole bit of it, but I've heard it's extremely dumb.
Obviously, we watched several different surveillance videos from different addresses this afternoon, right?
Yes.
One thing that we didn't, and we saw a vehicle or vehicles in each of those videos, right? One thing we didn't see in any of those videos was who was driving the vehicle that we were looking at, right?
That's correct.
So we were not able
Okay, who does Paul want to throw under the bus? His wife or his two daughters?
to see inside the vehicle, correct?
Yeah.
So we don't know who was driving the vehicle. We don't know how many people were in the vehicle. We don't know if there were passengers in the vehicle.
Can't see inside the vehicle.
We have cameras from the area of Tilton Drive in Ocean Township, right?
Yes.
We have cameras from the area of Willowbrook Road in Colsnick, right?
Yes.
Those two locations, those two roads, are roughly 20 minutes apart from one another by car.
Correct.
We did not see any surveillance video today anywhere in that journey between those two roads, did we? We also know that you did a drive from Willowbrook to Tilton Drive, right? You took Willowbrook to Longbridge Road to do that drive, right?
Correct.
And then you went to Laird Road,
Correct.
and then you can.
All right, that's about all. But yes, no, you can't tell who actually drove the car. But, you know, Paul hasn't fessed up to being hounded by debt collectors or bookies or, you know, Scientologists. That would be, you know, a possible reason that someone other than him would be driving his car. Fine. Get one out for me as well, please.
Be correct to say.
Can I see counsel just real quickly before you do anything with that photo? Just come on up for a second.
Okay, let's see what we were trying to get with this photo.
In terms of houses further down that road after that driveway, right? At the end of this driveway that you circled, we see what appears to be a structure.
At the end of, I'm sorry, leading up to this, we followed the one driveway?
Yes.
Yes.
At the time when you were conducting this canvass for surveillance videos back in 2018, did you go to that structure?
Yes.
You did?
Yes.
Was it occupied or unoccupied?
I don't know if there's, when I was there, I don't remember if I met with the homeowner or not, or if somebody was there.
You don't know if you met with anybody or not?
No, I don't recall.
Okay. When you go to a location and you're trying to talk to somebody
Yeah.
and nobody's home or nobody answers, what do you typically do? As an investigator, what do you typically do?
Well, unlike your parents, ponytail lawyer, people generally call him back. Okay, that was mean. But he has tested the bounds of my ability to give him grace.
I'd get a car to go back.
Right.
Right.
Okay. Did you leave a card?
No, I didn't, but I believe we had a canvas team that eventually did stop and speak with somebody at that home.
Okay. Now, that fact is not in your report either,
I
right?
had nothing to do with it.
Well, nor is the fact that you went to that location.
Right. There's nobody there.
Sure, there could be people there or not, but I'm just saying in your report, you don't mention ever going to that location, right?
Defense, don't get all salty about reports. If the state didn't write them, then they don't have to turn them over. Just like if you didn't write them, you don't have to turn it over. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. And you made that, the hill you wanted to die on yesterday.
Okay.
Don't you feel kind of stupid
so-
now?
After you went there and maybe left a card or not, we're not sure. It would have been up to somebody else other than yourself to try and go back to that location and make contact.
Well, there was a canvas team assembled. Their objective was to do.
That's the weird thing. These are both public defenders who are typically at least very trial savvy lawyers, at least procedurally, and, utilizing the limited resources that they have to make really good arguments if there are any. I don't know what the hell these public defenders do, because they act like they've never seen a courtroom before.
Just that.
Okay. Did you told us that it was not clear whether the house is occupied or not. I take that to mean that the canvas team didn't. The vehicle that you testified about is seen driving the opposite way, right? It's going back towards Long Bridge Road, right? That means that if that vehicle is the same vehicle from earlier, and if it pulled off and parked somewhere for this.
Oh my God, he pulled off and parked somewhere just to, sit in the middle, coincidentally near where his brother's house happened to burn down after they were red rummed. Okay, state.
I think Mr. Murray asked you that you went there because that was identified as address of someone who called 911?
Correct.
About shots fired in early morning hours?
Yes.
Now, you saw the CAD report before, correct?
Yes.
You said you had no reason to disbelieve the accuracy of it, correct?
Correct.
Do you remember if the 911 caller said that he actually waited a little while before he called 911?
Yes, I do.
Did you document that in your report?
I believe I did.
I'm just going to show you what's been marked as S258 for identification. Do you recognize that? Okay. If I were to draw your attention to page 4 of 7, I'm just going to ask you to take a look at that top paragraph, full paragraph, and then I'll ask you a question.
Sorry.
Does that refresh your recollection?
It does.
And did he indicate, at this point, based upon his belief, what time he called 911?
Yes.
And that was what time?
3:26 a.m.
You were asked about the timeline, correct?
Yes.
Is it fair to say, investigatively, that you try to do the best you can in order to document things that you found in their times?
Yes.
And I didn't ask you any questions about whether or not you had a theory on the timeline and what happened, when, and those types of things, correct?
I did.
I believe you were asked about a video of a car passing 44 Willowbrook. Do you recall what time it was?
About 8:30 the night before.
Hey, was there another one, though?
Oh,
246?
I'm sorry. 2:46 a.m.
You familiar with whether or not someone was actually seen physically on 15 Willowbrook property just before that time?
Sorry.
My question is this, and you may not know the answer investigatively, but at 2:46 a.m. on November 20th of 2018, do you know whether or not someone was actually depicted on the property, on a camera, just prior to that time?
No.
You don't know because that's not your role?
No.
Now, you were shown a bunch of pictures of 15 Willowbrook, correct?
Yes.
Did you know when they were taken? Now, is it fair to say that from what we saw on the surveillance from 44 Willowbrook, the person who killed everybody didn't just pull in the driveway?
That's correct.
And there was some other access points, correct?
Yes.
That are beyond the camera view?
Prosecutor, you just had pulled into a driveway. Which driveway are you talking about?
I'm sorry. I guess what my original question was, is it logical to believe that the person who killed everyone pulled into the driveway of 15 Willowbrook Drive and closed that?
No.
Makes sense.
Judge Allen.
Any recalls, Mr. Murray?
Just briefly, Judge. First of all,
No, this will not be brief nor painless.
and so that's your handwriting, right?
It is.
Okay. Now,
Oh my God. Tristan, shut up. Oh God, what is...
6 a.m., right? Yes. And he called, and in his words, he called 911 a minute later, right?
My note says.
Okay. And like you said before, they'd be in your notes because most likely that's what he told you, right? You're writing down things as he's telling it to you, right?
Yes.
Okay. According to that CAD we saw today, that call was actually made at 3.
This man even looks handsome when he is befuddled as hell as to what the defense is getting at. That's not fair, sir. It's just not fair.
33, right?
3:33.
Okay. No further questions.
Anything else, Mr. Decker?
No, thank you, Judge.
All right, sir, you can step down.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to give you your dinner break.
We're coming back?
Just seeing if you guys are paying attention. That's all. Just making sure.
Okay, so we are on to the next day, day 6. Because we are skipping the defense, I will break this up into 2 videos if you want to have them separated, but that's essentially where we're going next. We're getting so much accomplished when we don't have to listen to the defense.
Who here likes the 7-degree weather? Anybody? Really? You do? You're off. Just kidding.
Oh my Bob Ross, again, we are making this man the judge in every trial. It's what's going to happen now. I command it. Vote for me for president, and I will make this man preside over every single trial that I watch.
Just kidding. Thank you, everyone, for being here today. We're back on the record. It's State of New Jersey versus Paul Canero. It's indictment 19-020283. Can I have the appearances of counsel for the record?
Your Honor, Assistant Prosecutor Nicole Wallace.
What in the early 90s color palette is this? I feel like Ally McBeal and Pier 1 threw up on each other. Ew. Paul, I've never said this before to a man, but you're not an autumn. I didn't think anyone had to tell a man this, but you assuredly are not an autumn.